Hey, I'm Chantal. Oh, try that again. Hey, I'm Chantal Gerardy from Online Business Marketing. And today I'm going to share with you how you can empower your in-house marketing team, even if you are the in-house marketing team, right? It's all about working those guns, those marketing guns. So I specifically created this particular webinar, which I wanted to share with you, which I've shared a few times now. And the reason is because gone are the days of what's that yellow book called? That directory, that, the one, the big fat, what was it called? Come on, I know
I've
someone.
seen one the other day. Yellow pages.
Yellow
Yellow
pages.
pages.
Still
You know the big
deliver 'em.
yellow book?
Let the fingers do the walking.
Yellow pages. Yeah. So in the olden days, you'd pay $5 or maybe not even pay, and your number would go into the yellow pages, and that's how people found you. Now we've got all social media, we've got websites, we've got Google, we've got all the stuff going on, and business owners can't just put it in the yellow pages anymore. They've got to now be able to master all these other different areas within their business. And if they don't master those other areas within their business, what does it mean? Well, that means that if your competition is mastering those things, they're going to make the money, get the clients, and you're not. Or alternatively, they have an in-house marketing team. So people dedicated to particular roles that they task social media, email marketing, website traffic to within their actual organization, or else they outsource it to a marketing agency. But here's the thing, and the thing that I'm absolutely passionate about, and that is I believe that unless your business has an overall marketing strategy to give to any one of these people, even if you were going to go into the yellow pages, I'd say you have to have a strategy of how you're going to position yourself, how you're going to effectively communicate, what language are you going to do, how you're going to portray yourself. You need to know the end-to-end overall marketing strategy, whether or not you're doing it yourself, whether or not you're outsourcing it to someone. Whatever you do, you need to do it. I ran into a guy a couple of days ago at a surf club, actually, and he said he'd just given an agency $20,000 to run Instagram ads. And I said, what are they doing? And he goes, I don't know. I just said I need leads for my business. So he said he'd go get them. And I went, okay, here's 20 grand. Didn't communicate his business, what he did, the type of client. I asked him all these questions and he goes, nah, didn't ask me anything. I just gave him 20 grand. And I went, oh. So I said, anyway, I did tell him as well that his ideal client, he was selling a $5 million house. And I said to him personally, I don't believe that client's on Instagram. So you've probably wasted your 20 grand. But without giving them the actual sort of overall strategy, you're literally winging it. You're literally throwing things into midair and you're hoping something's going to stick. So that's why today I'm sharing with you this presentation on how to empower your in-house marketing team. So we'll just get into it. Let's have a look. Right, here we go. Nice and fancy. Just get rid of that there. Perfect. Don't worry, it's not 120 slides. I'm actually breaking it up for you today. So as I said, this is for your in-house marketing team, and you may be that person. I am that person. I am the strategist, marketing person of my business. I do the overall strategy, and then I delegate to my in-house marketing team. So I've got VAs that will then I'll delegate it to them. There is no way in hell I would say to them that with the amount of money that I'm paying you, you go run my marketing. Just get it done. Just find me clients and make it happen and put social media content up and write my emails. There is no way I would do that without a strategy and without overseeing them and delegating them specific tasks. And I'm going to share with you a couple of things today that are going to show that with you. So for those of you who don't know me, that's me, Chantal Gerardy. I moved here very soon, 15 years ago. In a couple of weeks' time, I'll be here exactly 15 years from South Africa. In South Africa, had businesses, paid off houses, cars, everything, nice and sweet. Everyone knows who I am. Getting clients is really easy. Didn't have to do any online marketing because I grew up there. Everyone knew who I was. When I moved here, I know no one. I have no money. No one knows me. My business is in a saturated industry in a whole new location. My daughters at the time were under 5. My twins were 4 years old. My youngest was 1. And now I'm trying to grow a business and get clients and position myself in the marketplace in a saturated industry with no marketing budget, no tech experience, no nothing. And the thing is, I hate being online. So if I can find a way for you to not be online as much, to spend more time in your camper van, or if you have one like me, Spend more time in your camper van, spend more time with your dog, spend more time on the beach, traveling and doing things, and still make money. I'm going to teach it to you. All right. So that's my promise to you. That's what I'm incredibly passionate about. And I believe that if I was able to teach myself how to do this, you can do it, because I'm hyperactive and I hate being online. I've won a couple of awards. I'm not going to bore you with all those amazing details. But more recently, last week, I won Business of the Year in the marketing space for digital and both social media. And I get to do some pretty cool stuff with some pretty amazing people. And I get to work with some amazing industries. So a lot of businesses will go, do you work with B2B? Do you work with B2C? Do you work with service-based? Do you work with e-commerce? I work with all of them, but I have different strategies for all of them because there is no cookie cutter approach to any of these. In fact, I would be a really bad marketing strategist if I did the same thing for this property real estate person and the same thing for this property real estate agent. That would be the easy thing for me to do, but it would be this dishonorable thing to do, because at the end of the day, it's my job to position them differently in the marketplace, help them to stand out, effectively communicate what they do, and get their ideal client, which means it's not one size fits all. And that's what I'm passionate about. So these are the problems that we found with these poor in-house marketing managers, if that's you. Well, firstly, you're not that good at it. You're too busy. Who here's too busy? And you don't really want to be managing the marketing stuff, nor do you want to actually be the marketing team. The last thing that you set out to do was to market your business. You set out to do the fun part, right? The part that you really, really like. The thing is that if you don't get customers, you don't have money, you can't grow. And the third thing is that if you do not get the marketing element right, you're not going to get clients. You're going to have stress. You're going to have money issues. And that's the truth of it. And you're going to waste a crap load of time. And I don't want that for you. Time's important. You only live once. So this is particularly for business owners. They may have employees. Some of them have got teams. Some of them have got VAs, PAs, administrators, or as I said, maybe it's them. Often there's a wife, you know, the male business owner is like, oh, I'll just give the marketing to the wife. She must know how to do it because she posts baby pictures on the weekend. So she must know how to generate clients off her social media platform. Not really, hey. And most of the time, business owners are wanting to do three things. And if that's you, that should be you. Increase their productivity, increase their performance, and increase their profitability. And this is for business owners who are growth orientated, are willing to change what they're doing. There's nothing worse. I mean, this guy who paid 20 grand, this real estate agent, it's not the first time he's thrown out 20 grand at somebody, right? Realistically, he's going to keep doing it because he doesn't want to change. So this is not for people who don't want to change. This is for open mind people who want to follow a proven process and are growth orientated. They don't mind getting their hands in there and learning how to do it right. All right, so let me show you the goods. So I'm going to show you how to unlock the full potential of your marketing employees or team or even yourself. Because I had to unlock my full potential. I hated being online. I had no idea about social media, email marketing, generating leads. But I had to find my potential and be able to do that. And I'm going to show you that you can too. This stuff is too important to wing it. Okay? Way too important to wing it. Your social media and your email marketing, if you're posting once a week, I had one lady, she's paying $10,000 over the next 3 months to have one reel a week made for her business. She hasn't got any followers on her page. She hasn't even filled out her about section. She's got no banner and she doesn't know what a call to action button is, right? So no strategy at all, but she's paying $10,000 for somebody to run reels on a social media page that's not even working. All right? The stuff is too important to wing. All right? Because you need it for visibility, you need it for your positioning, you need it for leads, you need it for sales. And if you do not have, and these words are important, customer generating strategies or content marketing plans, that is customer generating strategies or a strategic content marketing plan, your online marketing won't grow, which means what business coaches tell you all the time, just do a live every day, just show up every day and share tips and give away value. Unless you have an overall strategic end-to-end marketing plan, your marketing won't grow, you will not generate leads, and you're not going to make sales. It's as simple as that. I see it all the time. So these tactics I'm sharing with you, they are practical, They are seriously practical. Anybody can do them. I've got a farmer in Bow Desert. I think he's 72 years old. I hope he's not listening. Sorry, Bill, if you're not 72. And they're practical, and even he follows them, and he's now grown his database to 1,000 active followers, and his events that he runs are filled, and he learned how to do it. So they're practical. They are proven. So an email campaign that we sent out, $23,000 we made in 2 minutes off one email to a database using a strategy. That's not winging it. That is strategically doing it, right? And everything that I teach you follows best practice. So I had a guy today call me. He goes, I've just bought a whole bunch of businesses' databases. I've got 70,000 email addresses, and I'm just going to add them all to my database, and I'm going to market to them. I'm a lawyer, and I'm just going to market to them. All right? Not best practice. That is a cold strategy, not a hot strategy. All right? My passion and purpose is to help you succeed in your business and to be stress-free. All right, so I'm going to explore with you how to increase employee productivity, ongoing upskilling and support. I'm going to share with you some success stories of clients I've actually worked with and what we did, and I'm going to discuss the benefits of empowering you or your team with strategies and training. I'm going to try and give you your life back, right? I can try and give it back to you by sharing this with you, but you are going to need to take action. And I really, for me, want you to be able to do three things: improve your skills, improve your strategies, improve your systems, so you can have less stress, make more sales. That's my promise to you, if you're willing to try this. But I do need your undivided attention. You do need to promise me that you're going to take action, because education is only power unless you imply it. So put everything else away. Give me your undivided attention, because multitasking has been proven to be 80% less efficient, which means you are 80% more efficient if you are not multitasking, if you're single tasking. Okay, so I'm going to need some of you to shout out some things to me, or not shout out, shout them out in the chat. But what would you like to not see in your in-house marketing team? Okay, so somebody who's running your marketing, what would you not like to see? I'd not like to see them procrastinating, winging it, copying somebody else, copying my competitors. I had a cleaning company this week found out that the SEO guy was copying another cleaning company's business into his business in the same location. I mean, OMG, right? So copycatting. What else would you not like to see? Lack of skills, not being able to problem solve. Any other ones that are coming in the chat, Jay? You can unmute and shout them at me if you like. But what would you like to not see in someone who's...
I was just typing there. I think you've covered them all on that one. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I think, you know, come from somebody who comes from the corporate world and that's employed people. Anything you don't want to see in any employee, you don't want to be in there. You don't want tardiness, you don't want lies, you want good integrity, you want a fantastic work ethic. But it's specifically in like sales and marketing, it's got to be up a further level as well. It's all about personality and understanding. You can train a monkey to do most jobs that get done these days. You can't train a monkey to understand marketing and sales. So you're going to need somebody that understands what they're doing and is prepared. And I think this is the main thing. I don't know if I'm taking any thunder from where.
Yeah, 100%.
But especially in marketing, you need to keep up to date with the trends, because what worked 5 years ago don't work now. In fact, AI and socials and everything are moving that fast that what worked last year won't work now. And you need to stay educated on everything that's going on. And if you just got somebody that goes, oh, this is what we used to do 5 years ago, you don't want them.
No, you most certainly don't. And they've got to have the willingness and the want to do it. And what you don't want to see is when they go, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what to do, which can often happen if you're outsourcing to other countries, because they don't want to lose their jobs. So they go, yeah, I can do that. And they have no idea. but they
The
really
other
do
thing
it.
is what works overseas doesn't work in Australia. Australia is so different.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Good point, especially when it's US to Australia, completely different. The way that you communicate, talk, generate leads, completely different. All right. So what would you like to see in them? Well, problem solving is one thing. For me, problem solving, a willingness to learn, staying in the loop, being curious, honesty, integrity, obviously, attention to detail, being thorough. These are the type of characteristics that you want. But let's future pace it a bit, right? What would it look like if you had all of the right ingredients? Well, you'd feel in control. And for control freaks like me, that's amazing. So you feel in control. You can manage moving parts with confidence. It just feels natural, like second nature. You're not stressed. You're feeling more focused naturally without it being forced. Your marketing team is a machine. Everything's just working and everyone's high-fiving and it's all working and you're getting better results, better balance in the workplace, and of course, more profit. Who would like that? I can tell you right now, it takes a bit to get there, right? So here are 5 of the biggest struggles when it comes to marketing, management, and the implementation of it. Okay, so number 1, my favorite, lack of control, okay, for the control freaks. The business is controlling you, you're not controlling the business, and that's not a nice feeling, all right? You're constantly reacting rather than responding, so you're putting out fires all the time. You're paying wages, and you're needing more sales to cover it, and therefore you're needing more profit. I mean, recently I was working with a company, they employed somebody else because they thought this marketing person said she was too busy, couldn't do any more. They spent another 70 grand, employed this person. But this first person was actually doing about a quarter of what all the other marketing strategists that I work with were actually doing. So they could have saved 70,000, but not getting this person by making this person perform better, by giving them the strategy skills and the system. So the stress seems hardly worth the effort. I mean, how many businesses at the moment are actually thinking about closing down because they're going, it's just too stressful. Number 2 is team clarity. A lot of people come to me and they're like, oh my gosh, my head's going like this. I'm thinking of 1,000 things, but I've got absolutely no clarity in what my next sort of step is. And at the end of the day, your team cannot read your mind. All right. I always say this, like, if you don't fully understand, I say this to my team, if you don't fully understand what I'm saying, please ask me. I'd rather you ask me 10 times to clarify what it is, because I understand that how you see it, how I see it are completely different. Number 2 is really cool though, because the worst part is you've got no idea. So you're literally going, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, but you've actually got no clarity in what the right thing is to do. But now you've got to implement the marketing or get someone else to implement it for you, but you don't really know yourself. Everyone's getting agitated and frustrated, and we see this quite often where people are actually starting to butt heads because there is no clarity and there's a lot of opinions and no real direction, and it becomes a huge problem. Money. Well, this is simple, 2 points. There isn't enough coming in and massive room for improvement, right? Number 4, you're stuck. Most people get to a point where they just get stuck. So they wake up every day, they do the same damn thing every single day, but nothing's changing. You are stuck. Nothing is working. So waking up and doing the same thing every day is not going to make it any different. So you're now getting more and more frustrated with yourself. You're getting more and more frustrated with everyone else around you, and you're just unable to grow, move, evolve, or do anything because you're just an absolute halt. And directionless. You know, a lot of people come to me and they say, every day, I just wish that I had a map that just said, do this, do this, do this, do this, and you'll get that. And what happens is when you're completely directionless, your creativity is an all-time low. So suddenly when you've got to come up with Black Friday campaigns, Boxing Day campaigns, come up with a new offer, come up with a new lead magnet, you're like, no idea, because your creativity is an all-time low and you're absolutely numb to everything. So what needs to happen for change to happen? Well, again, I'm going to say this, these 3 things that keep coming back, and this I've seen over the last 8 years, having worked with over 1,000 business owners, these 3 things are responsible for reducing stress and increasing sales. skills, strategies, and systems. And you need those to better lead, manage, and communicate with your marketing team. Even if that's you. So you're now going to rate your marketing machine for me, okay? So looking at your skills, your strategies, and your online sales at the moment. So if you think about the sales that are coming in through your website, through your, you can class your emails as that, your emails, your websites, your booker calls, your social media. Right now, out of 10 on a piece of paper, rate yourself or your marketing person out of 10 for skills, for strategies, for systems, and for the sales that you currently have. And then I want you to times it by 2.5, and it's going to give you your percentage. And I want you to post the percentage in the chat box. And then, Jay, if you can read out some of those percentages. I'm not carrying on until everyone's done it, because I'm known as the hand-holding marketing consultant, and I'm known for holding people accountable. So out of 10.
I've got a question, just some clarity. So you rate yourself. So if you rank yourself as a 6 on all of them, is that 24?
So 6 times 4 is 24, but then you times it by 2.5 to get.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's not like in general, I give myself a 5.
No,
it's
individually.
5 for skill,
Thank you, Jay.
5 for strategy, 5 for system. Right. Okay. So Mike, redo it, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Sorry for the clarity. So sorry, I'll clarify. So out of 10, rate yourself for skills. Then out of 10, rate your overall strategies, your marketing strategies. Then out of 10, write your current marketing systems. Then out of 10, write your current online sales. So that'll give you an amount out of 40, but in order to get it to a percentage, we times it by 2.5. Okay, so we've got 18.75%, we've got 20%, we've got, oh, sorry, Mike, second time round. There we go. I was going to say marketing company, surely. 82.5%, nice. Chris, 20%. Yeah, awesome. Pat, 54%, awesome. So hopefully this is highlighted now where you're lacking. Where's your problem? Skills, strategies, systems, and obviously that's going to relate to sales, right? So right in the box, what is the biggest thing that's holding you back right now in your marketing? Your skills, your strategies, your systems, or your sales. And sales comes down really to your sales process. So which would be your worst out of all of that? So Jay is skills. Sabrina, systems and sales. Strategy, marketing, system, sales. Strategy is always more to learn. Skills. Me, Pat. Just need the skills.
Can I just point out, I'm actually quite disappointed in the amount of people that are saying like they don't actually have the systems, especially when there's only one person in the room doesn't use our bloody CRM.
But you know what it is then, Jay? It's a problem with the skills, not the problem with the system. Yeah. And the thing is that I've written a whole blog on this. It comes down to fear. You can either face everything and rise, meaning that it's horrible. I'm telling you now, it'll be horrible to go in and learn how to use the system that Jay's given you. But I can tell you right now that it will be absolutely next level amazing once you master it. You just got to do it. It's the same like driving. When you first get in the car to drive, you're absolutely petrified. After doing it, after a while, you just get in and you run it second nature. Do I like that shit? No, I don't. But I do it because I know that it's going to make me money, get me results, and make me a better business owner. Right, cool. Next thing. Okay, so obviously that's proportionate to how your sales are going to be and proportionate to how you're going to be able to grow. You're not going to be able to grow. So what you know right now and what you're doing right now, if those 4 things don't change, you're not going to grow your business or make more money. You can't. Those things have got to improve. Or you've got to be happy earning the amount of money you're earning and struggling the way that you're struggling. So something has to change. All right, so 5 ways for you to get more from your marketing employees. Number 1, the right person, the right people in the right seats. Okay, so Pat's going, I'm in the wrong seat. I'm in the wrong seat. Yes, you are. But any business that's under $100,000 a year should not be outsourcing anything. So if your business earns less than $100,000 a year, you are that seat. Get in every single seat.
Okay. No, I'm above that mark.
Yep.
I have got somebody in the seat,
Yeah.
but I've still got to drive it.
You've still got to drive the seat. Good girl. So then it becomes, around, you being the driver, still being able to direct them. Okay. So Mary, your administrator, has a pretty profile and she can post her dog pictures on Facebook, but that doesn't mean she can generate leads online. Okay. She's in the wrong seat. Sometimes the $10 person you're paying overseas is in the wrong seat. They just wanted the job and they said they could do it, but they may not be the right person. Now, they may be the right person. You have to give them the strategies because else they don't know what to do. I'm training about 5 VAs at the moment, and I can tell you every time they're like, thank you, thank you, thank you, because before I had no idea from the business owner what I was supposed to do. Okay, so you need to pass the strategy and training on to them, okay? This is important, and I work this out the hard way. You've got left logical brain people, right creative brain people. They're not usually the same brain. So as business owners, we try to find somebody who can do everything. They're not going to be able to do everything. They're either going to be able to do the logical stuff or they're going to be able to do the creative stuff. So you need to make sure that you identify their strengths and that you play towards their strengths. The person must get what you're doing, must want it and have the capacity to do it. Now, I had a skip bin company in Adelaide contacted me. They put 2 of their marketing people into a session with me. They said, I'm not coming to the session. You just train them, tell them what to do. This was insane, absolutely insane. So 2 people he's paying for, right? 2 people. When I sat down and I said, what does your business do? They go, we've got no idea. What does he sell? We have no idea. What's their service? No idea. Who's their customer? No idea. These guys, the one person had been working there for almost a year. The other person was new, okay, about 3 months. They had no idea, and they were running the marketing for the company. And they had no idea what the business did. They didn't know what a skip bin was because they were millennials. No idea. Start by testing them. They've got to want, hold on, you need to measure results. So many people say to me, it's not working. And I go, well, firstly, is it in your calendar? Like, are you actually doing it? Because most people aren't. The second thing I say to them, are you measuring the results? Because the only way for you to know if you can perform better or if you can be more productive and get better results is by measuring the results that you have to go, what is working, what is not working. So your team needs to have dedicated time to measure results. When do you do this? Well, for us, we normally do on a Monday, we do, what are we doing this whole week? Like, what's our goal for the week? What's our plan? And on a Friday, we do a reflect. What worked? What didn't work? Why? What can we do better? Let's measure results. Believe it or not, that takes half an hour on a Monday, half an hour on a Friday. That's with a team of 5. Number 3, you have to be able to address issues. Okay, because issues are opportunities. However, if they're left undressed, they can become costly. So if you have somebody in the right seat and they don't want you to think that they don't know what they're doing because they might lose their job, they just don't tell you and you think that it's done. And somewhere down the line, it's now a costly thing. I saw this in a pest control business recently. The pest control business gave it to a virtual assistant, asked them to set up an automatic email automation to go to clients to remind them about their 1-year inspection. The VA went, yes, I can do it. Yes, I did it. The business went, great job. A year later, worked out, had not been done. Had not been done. Okay, issues. So you need to be able to identify issues. You need to be able to address those issues. Your team has to be able to resolve issues themselves. So you encourage their problem resolving skills. And you've got to allocate time to actually check what it is that they're doing. And that means check yourself as well. Every quarter, I have an SOP week, systems and process week. Every quarter, every job that I get in that week, I go and I look at my last SOP and I document it. And every single quarter, I can tell you now that I'm updating it, I'm changing it. So you want to create a protocol for handling issues and a policy so people know how to deal with that. A frequently asked checklist can also help. And always ask if they fully understand or if they need help training. And what I found is that when I say to them, do you need help training? They go, no, I'm all good.
Oh.
When I make time to train them, and I say, regardless, we're going to sit here. So I'll train you on nothing, or I'll train you on something. They always find something they need training on. So just because they say they do not need training doesn't mean they don't. And you've got to check them on that training. And that means you too. So number 3, address issues. So if a mistake comes up, you need to be able to talk about how you can improve those mistakes moving forward. You definitely want to be encouraging problem thinking skills, and also having dedicated time to address issues. So before, my team could access me anytime if there was an issue. Now they can only access me between 9 and 9:30 and 4:30 and 5. The rest of the time, they can't ask me any questions. They can't get any emails answered. So now I'm not getting disrupted throughout my day. But what have I also done? I've encouraged their problem-solving skills from 9:30 till 4:30 every day. So having processes in place will result in simplicity, scalability, efficiency, and profitability. Okay. It will enhance everyone's abilities, efficiency, and error reduction, and by training your team in processes. So even if they know a process, I always extend them, and whatever systems or process it is, I will say to them, go find a resource on it, read that resource, and tell me what you've learned. Because that way I'm learning as well. Because I can tell you right now, there's been twice in my life where a PA or a VA has left me very, very short notice. When that happened, I literally was screwed because I had no idea what they were doing. And it was horrific because I had major stuff going on in my business. Now I'm like, you tell me, because at least I'm learning. So if you're hit by a bus, I can come back in here and I can have a general understanding of what it is that you do, so I can find the right person. Using mind maps and videos to step out the procedures helps as well. So as I said, every quarter I do it, my team does it. We have an SOP week. They have to actually map out every task that they do and update it. Then my team members swap it and they read it to see if they understand it, and then they have a discussion around it. So if one gets hit by a bus, someone else can pick it up. Something else. This is stuff that I've just learned along, unfortunately, the hard way. Bringing in accountability. So in order for everyone to execute well and stay focused, discipline's required, right? We all know if you've got a coach, if you've got to answer to someone, it'll work. I'm working with a couple of companies at the moment, probably around 7 of them, and I manage their in-house marketing person. And that particular person, the business owner brought me in because they said, I never, ever, ever go in and check what they're doing. I never hold them accountable. I just say, go for gold. And I've got 2 at the moment who've come to me, and they've just gotten rid of their in-house marketing strategist, of which they were each paying them 70 grand a year, because in that year they said it was the biggest waste of money they've ever had, but they weren't actually weren't holding them accountable. So was it the person or was it them? Who knows? But accountability is important. So everyone should have high priorities defined weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually. You should have regular meetings and communication to help everyone stay focused and on task. This will ensure everyone stays productive and effective. As I said, Monday for me is a planning day. Fridays for me is a review and insight day. And having that communication in those meetings makes sure that everybody's staying accountable. We also use a project management system and tick things off. All right, guys. So write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on a piece of paper. Okay. And I want you to write yes or no, or you can put a tick or a cross next to every question I ask, all right? So number 1, you have a marketing strategy, yes or no? There's no gray area, right? I'm South African. We're either yes or no, no gray area. Number 1, you have a marketing strategy. Number 2, you have multiple customer generating strategies set up. Number 2, you have multiple customer generating strategies set up. Number 3, you have an up-to-date content calendar for social media and email marketing. Number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 4, you have marketing campaigns mapped out for the year. So campaigns are promos throughout the year, like launches, Black Friday, Mother's Day, end of financial year. So content and campaigns, 2 different things. So number 4 is you have marketing campaigns mapped out for the year in advance. Number 5, you have mission statements, key messages, and power words recorded. Number 6, you have your points of differences defined and recorded. Your points of difference. Number 7, you have all your sales processes mapped out. Number 8, you have all your follow-up processes mapped out. Number 9, you have a re-engagement strategy. So to re-engage past clients, you have a re-engagement strategy. Is it number 10? You've got dedicated time to manage your team. So dedicated time each week or month to manage your team or to manage yourself to do the marketing. You have dedicated time to train yourself or your team in the marketing. Number 12, you have dedicated time to monitor or check their work. And number 13, you've got a project management system or communication channel in place to manage and communicate with team. So out of 13 in the chat box, put what you got. So add up all your yeses and your nos. Pat, 8 yeses, 5 nos. So Pat, you can't be that bad then. Chris, 3. Ooh, we'll need to talk. You'll have to book a call with me. All right, cool. Okay, so 5 ways in-house marketing can play out. Increasing employee productivity, okay? And again, this could be your productivity, or it could be your productivity, or it could be someone else's. So this is one of the companies that I work with, Barbecue Arm. They're a family-owned business. They created this. They've actually worked with me twice now. The first time was to work on their B2B funnel, B2C funnel. The second time was to work on their B2B funnel. The wife was like, I'm going to need to employ a new staff member. There's no way that we can do all of this. Chantal, I'm stuck. Can you help me find a VA? I said, okay, let me come in. Let me look at what you guys are doing, what you're doing, what your team members doing. And within 3 sessions, we were able to systemize everything that they were doing and therefore increase the employee productivity. They didn't have to hire anyone. Okay. So because we created a B2B funnel, she was like, there's no ways we can automate that B2B funnel. We automated that B2B funnel, put a process in place, automated all those emails. She was able to have more time. She now goes for walks in the morning. Okay. Increasing productivity. Number 2 is enhancing skills and systems to maximize online revenue. Okay, this particular company, Tara from Dreamer RV, they've got a niche product. It's a caravan mattress topper. They contacted me and they said, we have got all the stock arriving. We've got no one on our socials. We've got no email list, and we are going to launch to no one. And we've got all this product and I need to sell it because it's coming. She said, this stuff's too important. I can't wing it. I need to work with someone. So we did an 8-week one-on-one program together. We set up affiliate marketing program. When we launched, we had 750 people that she launched to, that she sold out on her first one, got an extra shipment to come 2 months later. And she was actually on Hamilton Island drinking cocktails and sold out for a second time. And that was from absolute scratch. We did use the competition funnel as part of this strategy as well. And we did use a joint venture, like I'm literally giving you the strategies we used. We used a joint venture strategy to be able to help her be able to increase that. Number 3, challenges faced by business owners with marketing employees. Okay, so if we can get those challenges sorted. So these are some of the challenges, right? Some of these companies that I work with, they've got different people in different seats. So there's inconsistent branding and messaging across the platforms. Even in their promotion, it's all different. So this one's doing something on this one's doing something on that, and no one's moving in the same direction on social media. When it comes to the emails, they've got low open rates, poor click-through rates. They don't know how to segment or target the right audience. They're just sending out newsletters. They actually don't know how to do emails or email campaigns, which are a series of emails. So then one of the things we need to do is ensure that the campaigns align with the business overall objective or strategy, and ensure the effectiveness and the ROI of the marketing campaigns. And it comes down to planning and implementation, which are all those additional things that we spoke about at the beginning. If you don't have a strategy, it's not going to happen. Low email open rates has usually got to do with subject line, and also if they've got the wrong people on their list. Poor click-through rates often means that they may be talking about more than one thing, or they haven't effectively communicated their offer. Difficulties in segmenting and targeting the right audience or the buyer's persona is a lack in strategy and skills. Many do not understand that. They have to be taught that. They've got to be taught that if somebody does this, then we need to set the rule in emails that they're now going to get that. Okay, it's high-level thinking. They don't get it. And many don't understand the absolute need to continually grow your list. Okay, so without a shared understanding of the offer, the audience, basically you're not going to be able to respect the brand's core values, voice, and messaging. Inconsistent brand messaging is going to confuse the audience and erode your identity and weaken the overall impact. And ineffective communication is not only going to send mixed signals online, but it's also going to lead to a lack of clarity and engagement from the audience. So this particularly happened with this company here. They had an Instagram person who loved to do recipes every week, and all she would do is recipes and nothing else. The email marketing person was running specials and campaigns for RBS. Everyone was talking about different things. Everyone was doing different things. Oh, and the wife was running Facebook. So I came in, gave them a content calendar, and now they were all working together in their right seats, doing the right thing, collectively strengthening the brand online. So it was a cohesive, organized confidence. Number 4 is addressing burnout, lack of clarity, and decision-making. Oh, wrong way. Let's try that again. This particular company, burnout. Burnout's absolutely huge. Burnout from the business owner, burnout from the employees as well. And it comes down to overwhelm, lack of clarity and direction, poor management of yourself, poor management of others, lack of support, training, and accountability. This particular company, the husband actually brought me in to help the wife. And the wife was running a team, and she was really good at so many things, but she had to get comfortable with being able to give away certain things to certain people within the business so that she could then feel less burnout, have more clarity, better manage everyone. And basically start enjoying the business again, to tell you the truth, because honestly, they were struggling with burnout. So the benefits of empowering your marketing team: increased job satisfaction and retention. You know, a lot of people go, oh, I'm just going to get a new VA. Sometimes it's not the VA that's the problem. The problem is that you never gave them the strategy. Improved collaboration and teamwork. Everyone's more efficient when it's all organized. Alignment with business goals. So therefore, if you've got your overall strategy and you've got a plan in place, you're actually actively working towards something. This particular business over here, everybody was fighting. No one was happy. The sales team and the business, there was so much going on within this business. And it was really because there was no alignment in the overall strategy. Everyone was shooting out ideas and nothing was a concrete plan. Once we put that concrete plan into place, everybody was working together in one direction, and they were able to scale and grow their B2B side of the business. So a little bit of a recap as we start to close up. But by investing in yourself or your employees or your team, you can increase your productivity, enhance your skills, and better your systems. We've explored the importance of why it's important to empower yourself or your team. We've discussed the success stories, and I've addressed the common challenges that I see. Remember, a motivated and skilled marketing department can drive remarkable online sales growth and help your business thrive in the digital world. Empower your employees and success will follow. So if you are that employee, you need to empower yourself. And if it's not in your diary, you won't do it. All right, so I created this 2-minute quiz for you. I have had some difficulties with it, but give it a little crack. Scan that QR code. And what it should do is give you a little form to fill out, and then it should pop up and you should have a quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz. It'll ask you 23 questions, and it'll give you a report on where your marketing gaps are. Now, we have had some issues with the marketing quiz popping up straight afterwards. We found on a mobile it wasn't working as much as it was working on a desktop. So I'm also going to put the link for you in the chat box. Let me just go everyone. So if you just want to go directly to the quiz and not go through the QR code, I've put it in the chat box for you. It's 23 questions. You simply answer the question A, B, or C, submit the document, and within an hour, you should get a report identifying the marketing gaps that you have in your business. So if that QR code is not working and it's not flipping up the quiz, that's the direct link for you. And then for those of you who don't want to waste any more time, don't want to wing any more time, and wants somebody to help you with your skills, strategies, and systems, whether or not it's you or your team, I do work one-on-one over 8 weeks, one-on-one with the business owner and their team members, and I help them come up with an income-producing, customer-generating strategy. It's really, really simple. The program is $881 a month over 6 months. And because you're with Bconnected, I'm throwing in all my online courses. So if anyone from Bconnected signs up, you'll get an additional $5,982 worth of online programs, lifetime access to them on the right-hand side when you go ahead and work with me one-on-one for $881 a month over 6 months. All you have to do is email me on chantal@onlinebusinessmarketing.com.au, because I have to send you an invoice for you to be able to access that payment plan. Just watch that spelling of Chantal, online business marketing. A lot of people get it wrong. And then the next session, so the next Wednesday, 4 p.m., I'm going to be teaching you how to sell one-to-many using a webinar funnel. This particular funnel recently got a business owner $12,000 on her first webinar, which was a reoccurring subscription over 3 months. So $36,000 is what she made off a webinar funnel that we created, and I'm going to share that with you in our next session next month.